Welcome. Tonight, we embark on a serene journey through the heart of the Swiss Alps. This is not a rushed expedition or a daring climb, but a gentle ride aboard a quiet mountain train where the world slows down and every window reveals a new painting of natural wonder. Let us begin just before dawn. The sky above is still a shade of deep velvet, with the first blush of morning stretching gently along the horizon. Our train awaits at the platform in the small village of Samerden, nestled in the Engadine Valley. The air is crisp, touched by the lingering kiss of night's cool breath. You step aboard the train and find your seat by the window. The carriage, it's quiet, softly lit with warm amber lights. The seats are plush and wide, inviting you to sink in and let go. The gentle hum of the engine stirs. The train shudders softly, then glides forward like a sigh. The rhythmic clatter of the tracks begins, steady and comforting. Outside, the first light of day unveils a snow-dusted landscape, trees tall and silent wear thin coats of frost. Wooden chalets sleep beneath thick blankets of snow. Smoke curls from the chimneys, rising lazily into the air. The train moves steadily upward, winding through valleys and past frozen streams. You see deer in the distance, grazing quietly along the tree line. The mist begins to gather, swirling in soft ribbons around the base of the hills. It is not a cold mist, but a gentle, whispering presence that lends the world a dreamlike haze. The conductor moves through the aisle with calm steps, nodding a quiet greeting. You sip from a warm cup of tea, fragrant with chamomile and honey. The warmth spreads through you, grounding you deeper into the present. The journey continues. The train ascends through pine forests, the trees growing taller and denser. Snow clings to the branches in delicate patterns. Every so often, the train passes through a tunnel. Darkness envelops the carriage only for a few moments before you emerge again into a new vista, each one more breathtaking than the last. Soon you reach the Landwasser viaduct, a marvel of engineering that stretches across a deep gorge. The train slows slightly as it curves along the towering stone bridge. Below, the river whispers far beneath you, its waters hidden by the morning mist. The cliffs on either side rise steep and proud, dusted with snow and laced with ivy. As the train glides onward, the mist thickens slightly, veiling the landscape in a soft, silvery curtain. You watch as villages emerge from the fog, their rooftops peeking through like islands in a sea of clouds. Church steeples and bell towers stand, tall and still, guardians of quiet towns still sleeping. The sun finally crests the distant peaks, casting golden light across the slopes. The snow sparkles, shadows stretch long across the valleys, and a sense of stillness settles in the air. The train now runs parallel to a frozen lake, its surface smooth as glass. A few brave swans drift along the edge where the ice has not yet formed, their feathers bright against the blue-white surroundings. You pass fields blanketed in white, with the occasional figure bundled in thick coats tending to winter chores. Children in colorful scarves pull sleds behind them, their laughter faint. And far off, a sweet echo in the distance. The train windows fog slightly with the warmth inside, and you draw shapes in the condensation with the tip of your finger. Onward you go, through hamlets with names like Philosar, Bergen, and Prida. The architecture changes subtly with the altitude. Houses grow more compact, their roofs steeper to bear the snow. The details of wood carvings on balconies and shutters speak of centuries of tradition. Lovingly preserved, the train begins its climb up the Albular Pass, spiraling through tunnels, carved deep into the mountainside. At times, you find yourself circling back on the track, looking down at where you just were, now far below. Snowdrifts fall from branches overhead, catching sunlight as they dance through the air. Above the tree line, the world becomes starker, quieter. The peaks rise around you like ancient sentinels, their summits lost in the clouds. Eagles soar. Overhead, their wings spread wide as they glide through the pale sky. Here, everything feels sacred, untouched, and eternal. There is a stop at a remote station. No one boards, no one leaves. The platform is covered in snow, pristine and undisturbed. The train waits a moment, as if paying respect to the silence, before continuing. As you descend the far side of the pass, the sun climbs higher, and the mist begins to lift. Villages appear again, closer now, their details sharper in the morning light. You spot bakeries opening their doors, windows glowing with warmth. The scent of bread and melted cheese floats on the air as the train glides by. Fields of frost-covered grass give way to terraced vineyards, their vines dormant but neatly tended. In the distance, you see Lake Geneva shimmering. The train wins its way slowly toward it, passing through hills where time seems to pause. The ride is not fast. It is patient, deliberate, like a deep breath drawn and released. You begin to feel the gentle tug of sleep, not because you are tired, but because you are safe, calm, and carried. Hours pass like moments. The Alps fall behind you, but their memory lingers in the rhythm of the train and the hush of the snow. As your journey nears its end, the landscape flattens. The lake stretches wide and calm beside you, reflecting the afternoon sky. You feel a shift in the train as it makes its final descent, the journey becoming less about the destination and more about the experience. The scent of pines still lingers in your senses. The memories of snow-covered bridges and cathedral bells echo faintly in your thoughts. You notice an elderly couple sitting across from you. They are holding hands, quietly sharing a blanket between them, their heads resting against one another. Their presence feels like a gentle blessing, a reminder of the timelessness of love, of companionship that grows deeper with every mile traveled together. In the dining car, you find warm pastries being served. You take one to your seat. It is soft and filled with spiced apple. The taste is simple, nostalgic, like something remembered from childhood. Outside, the scenery flows past in a slow, cinematic stream. The conductor returns, this time offering a small linen pillow and a wool blanket. You thank him with a smile and nestle into your seat. The lull of the train is more soothing now, its rhythm a soft cradle. You close your eyes, just for a moment, listening to the wind outside as it rustles over the snowbanks. A faint memory rises, perhaps from a dream, or perhaps from long ago, of a similar journey, a different train, a different time, but the same serenity, a sense of belonging, of having travelled not just across miles, but through something deeper, inward and quieting. When your eyes open again, the sun is lower in the sky. The mountains are now far behind, visible only as hazy silhouettes. The lake beside you glows in hues of amber and rose, Waterbirds skim across its surface, ripples trailing behind them. As twilight nears, the train glides through orchards bare. For the winter, their trees neatly aligned, their trunks stark against the snow. A small chapel comes into view, its bells chiming once as the train passes. It feels like a farewell, soft and dignified. The lights inside the carriage grow warmer as the sky darkens. Passengers begin to settle further into their seats. A mother hums a lullaby to her sleeping child. A student flips through pages of a well-worn book, her expression peaceful. Soon the train passes through a narrow gorge. The walls rise on either side, close and protective. Icicles hang from the rocky outcrops, glittering as the last light of day kisses them. The train emerges into open land. Towns become larger, the signs more frequent. But the magic of the journey remains, as if it clings to you, unwilling to let go just yet. The final station draws near. Lights line the platform, and you can see figures moving slowly in the growing dusk. The train's pace eases. The brakes sigh. The ride is ending, but the peace it offered has settled into you. A gentle and lasting stillness. You step off the train and onto the platform. The air here is different, touched more by the world of people, of activity and sound. But you carry the silence of the mountains with you. It rests in your heart like snowfall. Thank you for traveling through the misty Swiss Alps. May your dreams be as gentle as the ride, and may sleep find you as easily as a train finds its tracks.